of you have ever seen images like this and felt bad about yourself because you didn't look like that or relate to these people? Pretty much everybody, but the truth is these images are heavily photoshopped, completely unrealistic and unattainable. I myself have been exposed to images like these my entire life, and I've struggled with body image issues and low self-esteem to the point of having an eating disorder. I believe that images like these should be marked as Photoshop so they are more recognizable and so that people are aware of how unrealistic they are. So first, I'll talk about the epidemic of low self-esteem and poor body image in the world today. Next, I'll talk about how these images are related to those issues. And last, I'll propose a solution to reduce the dangers of Photoshop in media and the world today. So everyone has likely struggled with low self-esteem, but how prevalent is it? The truth is that low self-esteem and poor body image are an epidemic in America and many countries worldwide. Dr. Heather Gallivan at Park Nicollet Melrose Center for Eating Disorders found that 80% of US women and 34% of US men are unsatisfied with their bodies. When she interviewed elementary school girls who read magazines about how they felt, they said that 69% of them, those magazines influenced their ideal body shape, and 47% of them wanted to lose weight. So clearly this is a big problem even for young children. The National Association for Anorexia Nervosa found that 30 million in the US of all ages, races, and genders have an eating disorder. So what is contributing to this? There was a study done in Fiji by Anne E. Becker who found that in Fiji, it used to be a compliment to be told, oh, you're gaining weight, or look how big you've gotten. But that is changing because in 1995, Fiji did not have Western media. When that was introduced, Dr. Becker found that 3 years later, 69% of girls had been on a diet, when 3 years before it had been completely unheard of. So the media is promoting these unattainable beauty through Photoshop and these unrealistic images. So I've had my own personal struggles with body image and eating disorders. This is me just a few years ago at Disneyland. I had my feeding tube in. So I got an eating disorder at the age of 13. Didn't go into treatment until I was 21 the first time. And throughout my whole eating disorder, I used these images of Photoshop celebrities to motivate me and try to attain this look. When I went into treatment and was in a hospital with several other girls, I found that I wasn't the only one. It was a very common thing to try and promote this lifestyle of being excessively thin. This is some before and afters of Photoshop. You can see that wrinkles have been removed, skin has been lifted, body shape has been altered. So even celebrities who are millionaires and have access to all of the personal chefs and personal trainers cannot attain these looks. So what can we do? I think one step would be to label these photoshopped images as being photoshopped. Some people will say that these are art and should be recognized as such and shouldn't be regulated. They should be free to do what they want. But Mariska Clemens at the Behavioral Science Institute of Radboud University in the Netherlands did a study with 144 girls, 14 to 18 years old, and showed them Instagram pictures. And she found that though they recognized filters and effects in these pictures, they were not noticing body reshaping. So it isn't as obvious as we're being told. France has already passed a law that these images must have a warning label similar to cigarettes or alcohol. Norway is close behind, and the American Medical Association has denounced these images and is saying that we should do something about labeling them. It has been widely applauded by mental health professionals having these warning labels and making these changes. Dr. Eric Key and Haney Farid have developed a software that can look at an image and rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, based on if it's lightly photoshopped, which is at a 1, or 5 if it's heavily photoshopped. So the software exists, and something like that would be so helpful to mark these images and show the consumers what they're really getting and how truthful it is. So in conclusion, low self-esteem and poor body image really are an epidemic that spreads worldwide. I think it would be helpful to mark these images that are affecting body image so that we know how photoshopped it really is and have a more realistic view. Everyone here raised their hand when I asked if they had been affected by these images, and I'm willing to bet you want to protect future generations from these dangers. So let's make a better world for us and for them and label these pictures. So I challenge you to write your congressman and tell them why you think it should be a law, or write your favorite magazine and tell them why you want them to start doing this. Thank you.